Hi, I'm Andrea White from bikestation.org, and you're watching A Billion Bikes.
I think one of the things that really separates us from the high primates is that we're tool builders. And I read a study that measured the efficiency of locomotion for various species on the planet. The condor used the least energy to move a kilometer. And humans came in with a rather unimpressive showing about a third of the way down the list. It was not too proud of a showing for the crown of creation. So that didn't look so good, but then somebody at Scientific American had the insight to test the efficiency of locomotion for a man on a bicycle. And a man on a bicycle, or a human on a bicycle, blew the condor away, completely off the top of the charts. And that's what a computer is to me. What a computer is to me is, it's the most remarkable tool that we've ever come up with. And it's the equivalent of a bicycle for our minds.
This week on A Billion Bikes, join the recreational cycling lifestyle in Copenhagen. Discover the free City Bikes program. And welcome back to part 4.
It's a Danish tradition. People have always been going on bikes. It's an integrated part of our culture. Actually, I don't think that many people really think about it. They just do it.
Jeg har jo cyklet lige fra jeg var barn jo på 6 år eller sådan noget lignende.
Jeg har ikke engang taget kørekort endnu. Fordi indtil videre så er det bare nogle andre prioriteter.
Lige så snart han kan sidde sådan på en trehjulet, så er det jo bare afsted.
Det ved jeg ikke. Hvis jeg har råd til en flot bil, så køber jeg sådan en.
Would I believe that everything we do in the cycling policy supports actually the cycling culture? And it's very important to talk about it as a culture, because you have so many things to do at one time.
Ja, det er bare naturligt. Jeg ved heller ikke, om der direkte er en cykelkultur, men jeg tror, fordi vi har muligheden og altså de bedste omstændigheder for at cykle så meget, som vi gør, så gør vi det.
You create the possibility, and you try to encourage people to do it, and we've done that for years, and now it pays off.
Vi har lært nogle indvandrerkvinder at cykle, og de har haft 6 gange, hvor de har cyklet rundt omkring i byen, og i dag har de så været ude på den store rute herinde, hvor det er rigtig, rigtig svært at cykle, fordi der er rigtig meget trafik og mange andre trafikanter.
Some years ago, someone got the idea that you should put up free bikes for everyone, and it should be financed by private investors, by commercials on the bikes. And in the start, we had to help it a little along the way, but now it's really going well, and it's a natural part of the Copenhagen city picture.
We come from Italy. And yeah, we also ride bike in Italy, but there are not so many bike stands in Copenhagen.
Yeah, 20 kroner, and we got the bicycle.
And then you get back the money when you give back the bike. It's more human, and it's for free. So yeah, I think it's a good idea, this city bicycle.
I believe it's also quite important to work on the experience of riding a bicycle. It should always be a nice experience to ride a bicycle in Copenhagen if you want to support this kind of transport.
Det er rart at få noget vind i ansigtet og i håret og kigge på byen. Og der er mere ro til at kigge på byen, når man cykler frem for, hvis du sidder i en bus eller i en bil eller går. Så det der med at cykle, det er bare en god følelse. Det er det der med hygge igen, tror jeg.
Det er den danske hygge.
siger jo netop, det her danske hygge, det er noget, der ikke findes andre steder i verden. I hvert fald, man har ikke et ord, der passer til det. Men det er jo sådan en stemning af, at man har det godt sammen. Man er nogle mennesker, hvor der er en god atmosfære, en god stemning. Eller sådan.